again. Okay. I don't remember what. Okay. It has been almost a month and a half since last episode. This is Subspace D&D episode 15, where we resume in the village of where Zekrom is chief. The party has delivered the dragon egg to Zekrom himself to find it to be a platinum dragon. You are all at a party celebrating all of you for your great victory today. Let me go ahead and minimize this. On top of that, just prior, you did find out that O'Flanagan has lost the ability, supposedly, to be able to fly, due to the fact that it could have crippling pressure against his spinal cord. Upon finding that information, and him receiving that information, you immediately addressed the problem he was just made aware of. Didn't really give him a chance to get a breather on that, but, you know, we are where we are. Immediately following, Demoinia took a strange dose from the same doctor who treated O'Flanagan, and is now proceeding to trip balls at this little celebration Zekrom is throwing for all of you. Immediately recently, Demoinia has begun to reach for her dagger as she believes little crawling demons are coming out of the walls and out of the floor, and even some dragonborns are starting to transform into these estranged, just horrifying looking creatures. Demoinia is starting to panic. Demoinia, give me a intelligence save.
All right. Started off strong with a 9 today.
So, on top of that, as Demoinia has begun to have a bad trip, Zekrom has shown that the platinum dragon egg has hatched and revealed his name to be Bahamut. And that is where we immediately left off. Does anybody have any questions or notes or anything they would like to discuss before we jump into it?
Yeah, can Demoinia leave?
Demoinia vanishes.
Oh, problem solved.
Yeah. One thing I do need to retcon real quick. I've been mispronouncing a character in this campaign has been mentioned a few times. I've been saying his name wrong. I've been pronouncing it as King Cass. It's King Kaz. Just to kind of clarify that. I've been saying this supernatural, whatever. So that is where we left off. We will resume. As you all are sitting around this table and you're being celebrated, you all have recently stood up, where Zekrom announced your names to the rest of the Dragonborn. And each of you with passive perception can notice Demoinia seems to be not holding herself very well. If you would like, each of you can give me a perception check to see if you notice her grabbing for her dagger. Demoinia, as you're standing there and you're wrapping your hand around the handle of your dagger, you notice these creatures are scraping their long, strange nails on the floorboards of this little cabin that you are all inside of. You notice some Dragonborns are starting to look to you, and the thought immediately comes across your mind. They think I'm a hero, and that they're looking to me to protect them from these demons who are proceeding to come attack this cabin. You're slowly drawing your dagger from its sheath, and you guys got, what did you guys get? 5?
I got a 5. I got a 3.
A 3. You guys don't notice Demoinia grabbing for her dagger.
Is there anything reflective near me?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. I don't know if this will work.
Orb and I are just enjoying the praise that we're getting.
Celebrate.
Just having a great time, and I'm like,
Flanagan doesn't notice either.
God damn it.
I don't remember if we know that she took special drugs or not.
You know that I did.
We do?
You guys were in the room.
Okay, cool. I couldn't remember.
Okay. Demoinia, you got a 20?
I did.
Okay. Is that a natural 20?
Unnatural.
Okay. So, Demoinia, as you're noticing these short, stout little demons crawling towards you, and some dragonborn here and there looking at you, some even slowly starting to shuffle around in their seats. You're slowly pulling your dagger out, and your eyes dart around the room, and you do notice silverware, plates, kitchen utensils. They are reflective.
So I'd like to try something. Just humor me here.
Okay.
I would like to attempt to cast Charm Person on myself. It's any humanoid you can see within range. And if I can see myself in a reflection, can I charm myself?
Okay. See how I want to go about this. Give me...
That would be like a charisma like none other.
Yeah, for real. Like it's a long shot, but I'm really trying not to kill us all. I've been thinking on this one.
Okay. Give me an intelligence roll real quick.
Cool.
Okay. You're too eye-focused on the demons crawling around you. You do notice the silverware. You spot almost all the silverware in the room, but you're so focused on what's happening to you presently, you don't feel safe enough to take your eyes away from these guys for too long to be able to grab a plate and look at it.
That was very kind of you for a nat 1. Thank you.
Zekrom continues to speak as Demoinia actually has her dagger about halfway pulled out of her sheath. You guys can give me perception checks again. Zekrom says, "With this brilliant gift, these heroes have brought us once again. These heroes have brought us. We have carefully considered letting them join our special order. For now, they are honorary members, but tomorrow morning, they will prove themselves to all of you and to myself for the heroes they really are. And tomorrow morning, Orbweeb, Demoinia, O'Flanagan, and Corwin, one of you shall decide amongst yourselves who will be brave enough to prove the strength of you as a group against me in a 1v1 sparring match. Now, please don't panic. This will be blunted weapons. Nothing will be lethal. But simply, we do want to see what you are made of."
I want to make a note. Orbweeb is panicking, actually.
Okay.
Despite his saying not to.
Okay, you're starting to panic a little bit. You even notice O'Flanagan...
She's sweating.
As he says that, you can tell O'Flanagan almost stiffens up a little bit, and his leg kind of kicks the bench out of just reaction. His shin, not his leg, but his shin kind of hits the side of the bench that you guys are standing next to after hearing this. Demoinia, give me an intelligence check.
Okay. DM, I gotta say your hair is also on point tonight.
Thank you.
It's looking really very good.
It's looking majestic.
Thanks. I just want to dye it white now. Become Geralt of Rivia.
Do it.
You got a 4?
Cool.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
We're doing
you guys
so good.
did pass
so good.
Each of you give me a perception check again.
At this point, it's
the DC is lower.
Perception. I'm losing my
Hey, how about a 13?
Okay,
and a
so
12.
you both notice Demoinia has fully drawn her dagger out of the sheath and she's holding it behind her back. Demoinia, to you, these creepy crawlies are approaching the bench, and you notice Tux, Steve, is sitting on top of the table, kind of looking around. And you can notice that these creatures, their talons, their claws, are kind of grabbing onto the sides of the table, and they're pulling themselves up towards Steve. And you can tell they seem to be somewhat intense towards the cat. What would you like to do?
Who's the closest to Demoinia?
You're both pretty much right next to her.
I'm gonna just reach my arm behind her and grab her wrist that is holding the dagger.
Give me a strength check. Now, Demoinia, you are convinced there's demons in this room. You're also going to give me a strength check to resist or wait.
13.
Oh, the one fucking time I roll high.
God damn it.
Can I look at her and be like, we're under attack right now. Why are you not panicking?
I'm just saying, no, we're not.
What?
I'm gonna look her in the eyes. I'm gonna say, no, we are not. We're not under attack.
It's not convincing in any capacity to me.
I'm gonna roll a charisma check to, or no, even better. Give me a second.
Who else has charm? Does nobody else have charm person?
I got persuade and intimidation. Like
I'm rolling a persuasion with a 7.
7.
Okay, Corwin will kind of make his way over and just kind of look at her like, we're not under attack. The attack's gonna be happening tomorrow. What are you doing?
I'm gonna just fucking start pointing around and just be like, do not fucking see.
Keep your hand down. Just keep your hand down.
Demons everywhere.
They're
on the table where they're gonna grab Steve.
Don't
right
call
there.
them demons. Jesus
They're right there.
All right.
What the
persuasion
what is
check?
going on right now?
Hold. Can I do persuasion to try and convince her that there's no demons here?
Yes.
Okay.
As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, you can hear the
bullshit. That was almost a nat 20.
You hear the background talk of Zekrom just talking to his fellow Dragonborns, and you're kind of drowning it out, but you can tell he's not talking directly to you anymore.
That's fair.
Corwin, what do you say to Demoinia with this 5?
With a 5? He's stumbling over his window. You don't put dagger. Don't call these people demons. You need to sit down.
They're not the demons. It's not them. I'm trying to protect them from the demons. The demons are right there.
There's no demons here.
They're gonna grab Steve.
Demons here.
I'm gonna reach out and so you said one was coming over the table, right?
As you reach out and your arms rising up, O'Flanagan does grab onto your wrist with an unnatural 20, and he's holding it still. Give me a strength check.
Roll low, roll low, roll low. Low to the float. Low to the fuck me.
Okay. So as you guys see, as O'Flanagan grabs onto Demoinia's wrist, he speaks out.
What are you doing? Stop! You're making a scene.
Do you guys not see this shit? It's
see
everywhere.
What?
They're all over.
What is all over?
I'm gonna, with my other hand, you said that there was one crawling over the table. Like, in my perception, is there one close enough to
In your passive perception, you can see Steve looking towards Zekrom, and one is, like, reaching its claws towards Steve's head.
I'm gonna... Oh, that's bad mood. I was gonna say I was gonna stab.
I'm gonna grab Steve real fast. Just kind of casually, just gonna go, like, pick him up and just
give
hold
me a
him in
dex
my
check, because right now you're getting between O'Flanagan and Demoinia.
Okay. 14.
14? Yeah, so you reach under Demoinia and O'Flanagan's arms, and you just pluck Steve away from the table.
I'm gonna stab where I think there is like where the hand was that was next to Steve. Like, I'm gonna stab down on it.
Give me a dex check with the weapon. So just the weapons roll.
I haven't done this in a minute. 2 seconds.
You're good.
Fucking. There.
Hey, Wyatt
Nope,
was...
not that. That's wrong. Yep, that's right. Okay, I got a 21.
Yeah, so you guys see Demoinia breaks her arm away from O'Flanagan, and she stabs the table. Dagger goes about an inch deep into this wooden table, and suddenly Zekrom's voice just stops. And everyone just seems to shuffle and look towards you guys, away from Zekrom. And you'll watch as all these eyes come looking upon you. Demoinia has her dagger an inch deep into the wooden table, and she's looking at this dagger with intense ferocity, like she's trying to kill something.
Do I notice, like, what do I see in that situation? Do I stab a hand, or do
as that dagger comes crashing down, you stab it right into one of these creatures' hands and pin his hand and his talons against the table. He looks up at you. This creature just opens its mouth, and its long tongue just falls out. You see the saliva dripping, and his fangs are bearing with blood just dripping by his gums, almost like he has really intense gingivitis, just dripping out of his mouth. He's looking at you and goes, and just hisses.
Are there drinks around?
Yeah. All of you have like an ale of water, not ale, a cup of water.
An ale of water. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there water around?
Yeah, you have cups of water.
Also cups of water. Okay. I'm going to use my cantrip shape water. I'm going to try and take some and splash it into Demoinia's face.
Okay. Yeah, you take the cup of water, you splash it in Demoinia's face. Demoinia, as you stab this creature through the hand, water splashes you in the face. And you look over to Corwin, you see him holding a cup, and you're very confused on why he's trying to stop you from these evil demon-like creatures attacking Steve.
You need to stop.
Why won't you stop them? You need to go.
Stop. What? There's nothing here. As the person who says stuff, there's nothing here.
She's gonna point aggressively down, like, I have him by the hand, he's right there.
You have a table. You have a dagger in the table. That's it.
I'm gonna start just crying. I'm so confused and scared.
All right.
I'm gonna speak up to Zekrom and just say, I'm so sorry. We are not trying to ruin the celebration. I think our friend has fallen ill or something. I think I need to take her back to our inn.
He gives you
so sorry.
He gives you an understanding nod and closes his eyes, granting you permission to leave the cabin with Demoinia.
Alright, I'm gonna grab Demoinia's arm and the dagger out of her hand.
Okay, give me a strength check.
And bring her to the... I'm gonna grab her by her ear.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach all the way up there with the 1.
With a 1. You go to reach at Demoinia, but you can't quite get your hand all the way up to her ear. And for a moment you hesitate because she just seems... You can feel this aura of just willingness to fight just radiating from her.
I'm gonna take a step back and I'm just gonna say, okay. Let's go back to the inn. These people are not in danger.
Let me see if I can do anything to help.
You watch as a Flanagan is
gonna
go.
start repeatedly stabbing into the table where that hand is. I'm fucking losing it. This doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm gonna start crying and begging for Demoinia to stop.
Demoinia keeps stabbing the table, and Flanagan tries to wrap his arms around her, and she just breaks away, and he just brings his hands back, and he's like,
Corwin, you got something?
Not necessarily.
Anything to subdue my ass. Full out of character permission.
Demoinia, as you're stabbing the creature into the table and it's hissing and growling at you, you finally take one last stab and you pierce the blade through its neck and kill it. And just then another one is crawling all over your arm. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Demoinia. Okay.
You reach out your hand. You cast Hold Person, and Demoinia, as this creature crawls onto your arm, suddenly you can't move. Is it a wisdom save?
Let me double check. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. At the end of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell ends on the target.
Got 11.
That it matches.
Matches. Okay, so Demoinia, give me a strength check, or please give me a strength check.
Okay. Should I do like
Actually, make it
like a wisdom or an intelligence or something?
Each of you do a wisdom check.
Thank God.
Wisdom check.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, not you, Corwin.
Fuck. Oh, all right, good, because I only got a 2.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Nat 20. 21.
All right, so
I never
Orb
wanted to be hurt so bad.
Demoinia is starting to shake, and you sort of focus harder, and you think about Maliki, and suddenly, Demoinia, you're locked up. This demon-like creature is crawling up your arm, and it's slowly making its way towards your shoulder. You have now become feared.
Just start screaming. Be like, get it off me, get it off me! Let me move, why can't I move? Ah!
Alright, I'm gonna look
second.
to...
Be like, what have you done to me? Let me kill it!
I'm gonna look to Corwin and say, can you help me grab her? And then we're gonna drag her out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he'll go for an arm and try and wrap her up and
Give me a strength
pull.
check.
I'll go for an arm as well.
2. Okay.
I got a nat 1.
Oh my god.
We're
Okay,
not BC. We don't.
O'Flanagan-
This is not stuff we do.
Yeah, O'Flanagan
We're not
holds out his
strong.
hands and he goes to try to grab at Demoinia again.
Moindia's looking beefy as hell in this moment. I
Okay.
will tell her that.
O'Flanagan actually manages to wrap his arm around Demoinia's chest and he starts pulling her back. Does anybody want to help him?
Yeah. I'll try and grab a leg.
Okay.
I'll help as well. Try to grab a leg, the other leg.
I'm just gonna continue screaming. I'm so confused.
4.
Hey, 14.
Okay.
There you go.
Corwin and O'Flanagan manage to pick up Demoinia while she's kicking and screaming, yelling about demons and how she needs to save everyone. O'Flanagan looks over to Orbweeb as Orbweeb is still trying to reach out to help.
It's probably best you stay to represent our group while we get Demoinia out of here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay.
They bring Demoinia out of the cabin, and suddenly, Orbweeb, it is just you and Steve in here by yourself. And you gently lit Steve back onto the table, and he looks up to you and just mews. Zekrom speaks
pet him.
out. You're gonna start petting him. Zekrom speaks out, and he says, "Is your friend okay?
I hope so.
Was she cursed? Was there is this a pre-existing condition?"
You know, let's maybe talk about it a little later.
Okay,
And I'm gonna wink at him a little.
Give me some more credit than that.
Well, because I'm gonna tell him about the medicine, but I don't want to out their doctor in front of all of his patients.
Yo, doctor sucks.
Time to see those psychedelics.
Okay.
With the right roles, she could be having the best time of her life.
So, as we were saying before that whole debacle began, maybe you can convey this message to your allies, Orbweeb.
Of course.
Do you prefer Orbweeb or perhaps Miss Roach? Or is it just Orbweeb?
Orbweeb works great.
Okay. So, Orbweeb, one of your allies must choose a champion among you to face me in a one-on-one match. Now, this is not to a point of being knocked out. I solely suspect whoever defaces me to be able to go 10 rounds without being knocked onto their back. AKA
Right.
unconscious.
How do you feel about magic?
Magic is fine as long as you don't maim me or kill me.
Fair enough.
I suspect whatever you are able to summon, he kind of looks around the whole room and suddenly he starts capturing the attention of all the Dragonborn, seemingly with just a glance, then looks back to you and he says, "I suspect whatever you can throw, I could take.
I'm sure you could.
So, choose
This will
among
be a
you.
challenge for sure.
Choose among you. 10 rounds. My weapons will be blunted. It will be non-lethal. As long as you pass this test, I'd be happy to welcome you into a special organization that I mentioned previously as a full-fledged member.
I am speaking on behalf of my team. We greatly appreciate your offer.
Okay.
And we are looking forward to the duel tomorrow.
The duel will be at the first sunrise.
Damn, that's alright.
Sounds great.
I expect there will be an audience, so please maybe choose somebody who can handle a lot of eyes on them, whether they win or fail.
Noted.
Until then, he holds out his arms, and you can feel like a tenseness in the room, almost a tenseness that you can cut with a sword. And suddenly he says, "Everybody drink, for tonight we celebrate a bright future for the Dragonborn kind. All drinks will be on me." And suddenly as he says that, the whole room just explodes with cheers and claps and people like hollering, "Zekrom, we love you!" and all this stuff. And Zekrom gives a bow next to his lovely maiden, and they both take part off the podium and head towards a back area that you can't really quite see in the cabin.
I'm gonna clap politely.
Okay. Demoinia, O'Flanagan,
Yes.
and Corwin outside. As you're struggling to hold Demoinia in place, she's kicking and screaming. Both of you can hear what sounds like cheering and clapping happening from the cabin. Just explosion of happiness just booming. O'Flanagan looks over to you and says,
What do you think that was about?
I don't know. Probably about the egg again.
I guess that's true. What are we gonna do about this? What about Demoinia? What should we do?
Oh, I don't know. Get her to bed, probably. Probably just need to sleep this off.
Demoinia, give me an intelligence check.
Alright.
God damn. Demoinia starts kicking and screaming harder. Demoinia, as you're being held up by O'Flanagan and Corwin, you look to both of them, and suddenly they seem to transform before your very eyes, as now before these small little creatures were coming after you. They seem to become larger versions of said creatures, as there is blood spewing from their mouths, fangs with gingivitis that just reeks,
Gingivitis.
and just blood-soaked claws that look like they could pierce your skin by just a simple touch. You have begun to fully panic, and you are able to muster your blade, and you start swinging at them. Do you want to swing at Corwin or Flanagan first?
Who's
Damn.
closer to me physically?
Probably a Flanagan, because Corwin's behind you. He's sort of holding you from like the shoulders. You can directly see O'Flanagan.
Okay, then I'm gonna swing at whoever's closest to me.
Give me the attack roll.
I bet this is gonna be a fucking nat 20. Oh, it's a 4. Thank God. I missed like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you have your sword in hand, and as you pull out your sword and you go to swing it at O'Flanagan, you can hear a voice kind of yell at you, like, "What are you doing?" And suddenly the sword swings at O'Flanagan, and suddenly you can feel a force, like the sword's pulling back against your own will, and it pulls back towards you away from O'Flanagan. And O'Flanagan kind of backs up, and he's like, "What the?" Now you're going to swing at Corwin. Give me an attack roll.
I did much better this time.
Okay, roll it again.
Unfortunately.
What's your AC, Corwin?
13.
13? Okay, so Corwin, you see this sword Demoinia pulls out that she was able to pull from the stone the other day. Suddenly the sword comes throwing towards you, and you hold out your hand, and you're holding Demoinia with your arm. Your left hand, you go and you grab onto the actual blade as it comes hurling towards your face, and you're mustering your strength to hold off Demoinia's blade. Both of you give me a strength check.
In this process, I'm just gonna be screaming, "You're evil."
19.
Did you roll, Demonia?
Thought I did. Because my shit, dude. Oh, well, I guess
3. Okay. Yeah.
Good.
So, Corwin, you managed to withhand Demoinia's swing, and you are currently holding her arm within your hand as her blade is struggling up in the air.
I don't appreciate that. I'm gonna try and take the sword out of her hand.
Give me a strength check.
Motherfuck!
What the?
It like was on 12, and I was like, no.
So, as you go and actually you try to pull the sword away from Demoinia, suddenly the sword seems to vibrate, and it seems to move almost on its own and slash down towards you for 1 damage. Demoinia, you can hear the same voice ring through your head. Stop it!
Ow, that hurt.
They're evil!
Okay.
I'm
You guys
gonna
do
talk to this
manage
guy.
to bring her back over to the cabin, and you're trying to get her through the door. What would you say?
But I'm talking to the sword, so I'm just talking to the air. Just
Might
yelling
need a
out, they're
Band-Aid."
evil
They're evil.
at the sword.
To Flanagan and Corwin, it just kind of seems like you're just having your trip.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys, you both get to the doorway, and Flanagan looks towards you, Corwin, as your back's up against this door, and you got to find a way to be able to get it open while managing to hold Demoinia's left arm and keep your arm around her back and keep her up, while Flanagan seems to be holding up her legs, also kicking towards him repeatedly.
All right, you gotta open that door, Corwin.
Right, yeah, I'm going to open the door.
Stay her blade. Don't let that blade get away.
Right, yeah.
I
know
kill you!
Give me a... I mean, it's up to you. How do you want to go about this?
A great question.
To be honest, I don't.
It's up to you and how you want to go about this.
I'll try and go speed, see if that works any better. Try to hold her and then try and quickly get to the door while holding, open it, and get back to restraining.
Give me a dex check.
Hey! 14.
Okay, for a moment, you're able to quickly drop your left hand away from Demoinia, and you're able to use your strength of your right arm to start pulling Demoinia away just for a moment to be able to reach for that doorknob and open it. Give me another dex check.
Hey! 14.
You manage to turn the knob and you swing the door open. Now give me a strength check to catch Demoinia and grab onto her arm.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, do it.
Strength has not been my friend.
Too many rolls. I don't know. It's too complicated.
You swing the door open and you go to reach for Demoinia, and Demoinia just drops on the ground while her legs are still held up in the air by O'Flanagan. O'Flanagan looks to you in shock and he's like,
What the hell, man?
Hey, I'm going to here.
Demoinia, give me a dexterity check. Actually, do a
Alright,
save.
I'm gonna yell. Okay. Like, you drop me, you demon!
I
At a 14.
With a 14.
Not a
And
demon.
then with that 14, you manage to kick away from O'Flanagan and you spin on the ground and you start getting up. And you draw your blade towards O'Flanagan and Corwin. And O'Flanagan looks over to you, Corwin, and you almost see just kind of like a face of blunder as he looks at you and he goes,
You see what you did? Now she's gonna kill us.
Hey! I had to get the hold her and stop the sword. You were just holding.
I'm just a swords guy. You have magic. Couldn't you just do something to the fucking door?
Like what? How do you think magic really works? You think I can just make the door do things?
I'm gonna,
Demoinia,
while they're
as they're
yelling, just
arguing-
start attacking them.
yeah, I was going to say, as they're arguing, you go for an attack. I'm trying to think who'd be closer to you. Corwin's the closest one to you.
Alright. I'm swanging.
Okay. As they're in mid-discussion, give me a attack roll.
I did.
Oh, 15.
15.
Okay, that's a hit. Give me damage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, thank God. I hit you with a 1.
Okay, as you swing your blade towards Corwin, you just hear the voice boom through your mind again. What the fuck are you doing, Bard? And the blade comes swinging down on Corwin for 1 damage.
I'm gonna yell at the sword again. Like, they're evil! Do
Stop
you not see? I the only one that's sane around here?
You see Corwin now, she's gonna kill you first.
Alright, I've been hit twice now. Technically there's 2 demons here.
I'm just gonna back off when this happened.
You see O'Flanagan starts trying to back up, and as O'Flanagan is exiting your range of attack, Demoinia, you can lunge at O'Flanagan to attack him. Hey there, we hope you're enjoying this episode of Subspace D&D. Did you know we have a Discord? In our Discord, you can get a buttload of information that you might not be able just to gather on your own from watching our playthrough, such as different NPCs we've met along the way, to even the quests they've managed to gather along their journey. You can even see our rolls as they happen during a playthrough. You can even check the Orunsoul glossary, where I personally, the game master of the campaign, put in all sorts of details about different locations or items or even characters we've met along the way on our journey in the campaign. There is all sorts of cool stuff in our Discord that you can check out, all sorts of details that might be able to help make the campaign more lively for you. If you want to join the Discord, the link will be down below. And if you don't want to join our Discord,
I will find you.
alright, back to the campaign. Give me an attack roll.
Get a 19!
That's a hit. Give me damage.
It sure is. With
4
4
damage. Okay. You swing your blade at O'Flanagan, and O'Flanagan looks to Corwin and looks to Demoinia and watches the blade slash across his chest. In shock, he looks down, and he's like, "Ah!" Corwin, it is now your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna grab one of my rocks I picked up. I'm gonna throw it at the back of her head.
Okay.
Yeah, take this!
Roll an advantage,
18.
too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You still hit.
Yeah, knock me the fuck
Yeah,
out.
well, we're gonna take the 18.
18, give me damage.
Come on.
On a rock?
8.
8. What are you... Wait, it's D6? For a rock?
D6 plus 3. It's for Ascending Stone. It's one of the spells I have.
Okay.
So I can only have 3 rocks. I only have 2 left until I go and pick up my rock again.
Okay. So yeah,
Damn!
you're holding your ascending stone, and as Demoinia turns away from you and she's swinging towards O'Flanagan, and O'Flanagan looks panicked, you sort of bring your arm out like this, and as your fingers extend, the rock launches from your hand and collides in the back of Demoinia's head and bounces off and hits the ground. For 8
Just
damage.
donks me.
You see, Demoinia, as you're looking at O'Flanagan, you just see saliva spewing from his mouth, blood just curdling from his teeth. These demon-like eyes just peering into your soul, and every time he talks, all you really hear is blah, blah, as O'Flanagan is trying to communicate to you.
Demoinia, snap out of it. You're gonna kill one of us if you don't stop.
David!
I don't want to hurt
I'm
you.
gonna-
If
I'm
you
gonna-
like, this is your chance to attack O'Flanagan again.
because I just got whopped in the back of the head by that rock, my initial reaction is gonna be to turn around and
Okay.
try to attack Corwin again.
I don't know where that rock came from. That was really inconvenient how that just came out of nowhere. No, you don't need to do that. It's fine.
I don't know where it came from.
Demoinia rushes you and starts swinging her blade. Demoinia, give me a roll.
Alright.
22.
Oh
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, 22. You
Does that
launch
hit?
towards Corwin. Yeah, you launch towards
I
Corwin,
am just
swinging your blade, and you hear a voice ring through your mind again, and he says, "Goddamn bard!" as the blade comes swinging down towards Corwin. Back to the cabin with Orbweeb. Orbweeb, you are, Zekrom is standing at the podium. Actually, he walked off the podium, went to the back with his maiden, and you see all the Dragonborns are celebrating, and one orange Dragonborn approaches you and sits at the table with you and Steve, and he looks upon you and he goes, "Oi, how's it going, dear hero? How has your adventures been?"
oh, it's
Oh.
going.
It's going. Adventures have been rough, and apparently so is completing the adventures. So,
How do you mean?
I think one of my friends is
Adventuritis.
going through it. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, you know, when you've been on an adventure for so long in your life, and all of a sudden, you just kind of lose your passion for it. You gonna retire?
Retiring after my first adventure? That
Some
seems a little
people don't
dramatic.
even get the choice. Some just wind up dead.
That is, I guess, a great point. Do I need to keep putting my life at risk? Probably
That's
not.
a question only you can answer.
Well, I guess it's going to take some time to think on it. But in the meantime, the celebration is nice. I wish my friends were here to enjoy it, but unfortunately, I think one of them has fallen ill or something.
That tiefling did seem to be rather strange.
Yeah, she normally doesn't act like that, so I'm hope she's okay, but I think I trust her in the hands of my other friends, so tonight at least I'm gonna celebrate.
That's good. Take the time to celebrate what you accomplished, even if it is to celebrate by oneself. And hey, you have a friend in me, I'll drink with you if you'd like.
Sure, sounds great. What's your name? I'm gonna hold up
Saros.
my drink to cheers.
He holds up his ale
Saros.
to you, and he says Saros, and you guys clash mugs, and you see he tilts his head back, and he just downs the whole thing in one hit.
I just got water, so I did the same thing.
Boy, just
I'll
roll.
real cool about it too.
You see Steve looks up to Saros and kind of just turns his head as he watches Saros down the whole cup of ale, and he slams it back on the table, and he goes, "One more!" And suddenly a blue dragonborn comes trotting by and brings him an ale. He looks back over to you, and he says, "Tell me about your adventures. What, did you meet any grand foes or defeat any mighty beasts?"
Yeah, I'd say we did. A few, here and there.
You see, his face kind of looks like a little disappointed, and he goes, "Yeah, what was it? What'd you fight?"
I feel like there are such sad memories connected to what we fought, to be honest. I don't think it's worth bringing down the mood.
He kind of nods, and he looks down at the table and looks back up to you, and he goes, "You lost some allies along the way, huh?"
Didn't necessarily lose anyone, but I think we all faced our own bouts of trauma throughout, and I don't know. I think we're all just a little relieved to be glad that the egg is no longer in our possession, because there was a lot of people that wanted it.
Wow. You see, he kind of sinks in thought for a moment, and then suddenly you can hear Zekrama's voice going, "Hey, wait, stop, what are you doing?" And suddenly you look up, and you look towards the podium, and you can hear what sounds like the flapping of wings. And suddenly the curtains that hide behind the podium, from where Zekram is, kind of turn and twist a little bit, and out quickly comes around the corner, comes Bahamut, flapping his wings and flying through the cabin. You see, he swings up. Everyone stops drinking for a moment and looks up as Bahamut flies upwards and nosedives down on the table right next to Steve with just a giant kaboof. The whole tavern seems to just fall silent. Bahamut looks over to you, and you see his deep blue crescent eyes almost stare into your soul, and you're almost at a loss for words. And you look over to Saros, and you see he's just frozen.
I'm just gonna... Is the dragon small? I'm pretty small, but I know the dragon's a baby. Is it smaller than me?
The dragon is about a little larger than Steve.
A little larger than Steve. I'm gonna bend down to his level, and I'm just gonna go, "Hey, Bahamut. Hey, little guy. Hey, what's going on? Wait," and I'm gonna. Give me a second. I'm
I don't know what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna cast speak with animals and hope that it works. I don't think it will. Let me see.
He is an animal.
Well, he's also a beast, so... Oh, it says beast in the description, so I'm gonna cast speak with animals.
Okay, you cast speak with animals. What do you say?
I'm gonna say, hey, little guy. What's the haps? Why are you getting a little frazzled around here?
You see Bahamut kind of turns his head, and out the corners of his mouth, blue flame just kind of goes kind of like steam, and you don't hear any words back. Then your eyes glance over to Steve. Steve is looking at Bahamut. You see his hair is rising on his back, and you just hear, "Ah!" And he hisses towards Bahamut, and Bahamut looks towards Steve, and you can see what seems like almost like a blue light just radiating from his chest and rising towards his throat. We jump back over to Demoinia and Corwin.
No, I need to dissolve that right now. You don't understand what you're putting Orbweave through.
You're putting Demoinia through.
Demoinia, your blade comes crashing down towards Corwin's chest. Give me damage.
That's 13.
It's right
13
there.
damage.
13.
You slash down towards Corwin's chest, and you just cleave right through his clothing. And you just the blade. You can almost hear the slicing of the skin as the blade itself seems to scream in agony. It goes, and you slice right across Corwin's chest, and Corwin lets out a curdling scream. Corwin, what's your health at right now?
16.
16. Okay.
The boys with fucking task.
You see blood spews from Corwin's chest, and suddenly O'Flanagan makes his move.
Hold on, I have a reaction.
Oh, yeah.
After I get hit, I'm doing Sacred Flame. It's radiant damage after I get hit.
Okay, you get hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Stop it.
Don't stop at me. Fuck. Oh, wait, sorry. They have to do a dexterity savings throw, and then I can roll damage.
Gotcha. Fuck your life, bing bong.
The fuck?
Only to damage you. Apparently.
So they take half. No, that's 21 for dex.
Oh.
You're like, I killed him.
So she dodged it.
So she dodged, she'd take half damage.
Okay, what's the damage?
Wait, I have a resistance to fire.
It's radiant damage. It's just called Sacred Flame, but it's radiant damage.
Yeah, it's like holy damage. Kind of.
Holy damage.
She take 2.
Yeah, you take 2 damage as you bring back the sword, and you just feel like a pressure just boom off your chest. You take 2 damage.
Alright.
Alright. As the fight continues, that is the end of Subspace D&D episode 15. We hope to see you guys next time in the next episode. Until then, have a good one. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Subspace. If you want to find more of our platforms, you can check the links below in the description. If you would like to visit my favorite podcast out there, Bull 4 Podcast, you can find their links also in our description below. You can find them on Spotify and your other favorite podcast networks. Don't be afraid to click one of these links up here. We'd super appreciate it. Until next time, adventurer, have a great rest of your day and happy questing.